Okay, good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's service. Today's talk is going to be the mixture of Dharma School talk and adults talk. But, before I begin my talk, yesterday and today, our sister temple, Plaza Buddhist Church in Penryn, is having the food bazaar. That is why we see less people here today. Some people are helping, at the Penryn's bazaar. So, if you have chance after the service, please go to Plaza Buddhist Church in Penryn. It's about 30 minutes from here. And then you can enjoy the delicious food and, accompany. And I will be giving the Buddhism 101 kind of a session from 2 o'clock. So, if you have chance, please be there too. And then, before going to my Dharma talk for today, I would like to apologize everybody about last Sunday. There was a miscommunication between Reverend Kuwahara and I. And then when I invited him, I asked him to prepare Dharma School talk and adult Dharma talk. Then he said, okay, and then he was thinking that after Dharma School talk, Dharma School student will be dismissed, and then we have adult session, and then he was going to give adult talk. But as you know, we don't dismiss Dharma School students. So, after the Dharma School talk, he went back to the seat and thinking, oh, maybe I should have give adult talk too. But it was too late. So he wanted to apologize too. But, so Reverend Kuwahara is a hardcore Joro Shinshu priest, who likes to talk about Joro Shinshu teaching. So after listening to his Dharma talk, I was like, oh, that's really unusual for Kuwahara sensei, not talking about Joro Shinshu and talking about scientific stuff, right? But, so it was a miscommunication between Reverend Kuwahara and I. So I'm sorry that most of you didn't have a chance to listen to Reverend Kuwahara's adult talk, but those who stayed for the lecture by Reverend Kuwahara were able to hear some part of his adult talk he prepared for us. But also, that reminded me, simple and short talk is always good. Everybody said, oh, Reverend Kuwahara's talk was wonderful, right? But, that reminded me, oh, maybe I should keep my Dharma talk short and simple. But anyway, so I'm not sure how many of you know a Japanese manga or anime titled Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah. But Jujutsu Kaisen is a manga about the battle between the king of Curse named Sukuna against the sorcerers. And, it just finished today. The whole series just finished today. I just read it. I don't talk about it, about the, contents, but, it was a really interesting manga. And then this is what Sukuna looks like. But did you know that all the Buddhism have the idea of hell, and there is a king of the hell named Emma. Have you ever heard of it? No? So when I was little, I had a picture book called Land of Utmost Bliss and the Hell. And it was a really scary book to read. Then, according to one of the Buddhist texts, there are various kinds of hell where the one fall into because of one's wrongdoings. And there is a hell called Great Scream Hell. The name is amazing, isn't it? Great Screaming Hell. And this is where the one fall into as a result of telling lies. So when I was little, I wanted to play outside, right? So I think I was telling my parents, I did my homework, so I'm going out and play. But when my parents found out that I was not actually doing my homework, I was scolded, and they taught me about the idea of the hell and the hell king, Emma. So I was literally scared that Emma will come and have me fall into hell. But I think this was the way to teach children. Telling a lie is not a good thing. But I was thinking about why telling lie is not a good thing. Why telling lie is not a good thing? Any guess? So if we keep telling lies to somebody, we will lose trust from people. You know the story, the boy who cried wolf, right? If we lose the trust, nobody believes what you say, even when we really need help. So this is just like living in the hell, right? Nobody believing what you say. That's like living in the hell. So don't make people around you disappointed by telling lies, and being honest and building the trust is really important. So that is why I wanted to teach to Dharma School students today that telling lies is not a good thing. And actually, this is one of the wrongdoings in Buddhist tradition. Telling lies is one of the wrongdoings. So please don't tell lies, but be honest, and don't meet Emma in your lifetime, okay? So for adults, I have two things I want to talk. One is a continuation of this talk about telling lies, and another one is about the hand gesture of Amida Buddha, hand gesture of Amida Buddha. So telling lies is considered one of the wrongdoings in Buddhism because it loses the trust from people, as I mentioned. And then in olden days, Shakyamuni Buddha's Sangha was solely relying on the offerings from people. So they went for begging in the morning, then they received something to eat in the bowl. That was the only meal they could eat for a day. So if they lost the trust, they would get no offerings, so nothing to eat, right? That makes people or the monks starving, and then eventually die from starvation. Yeah. Good. Starvation. Yeah. So once we lie, then we need to make the lie true, right? Once we lie, we want to make the lie true. So we need to keep lying to make the lie true, right? That's stressful. That's really stressful. So that is why we avoid telling lies and try to be honest. So this is the first thing I wanted to talk today. And a second is about the hand gesture of Amida Buddha. And as you see, we have the statue of Amida Buddha here. And the reason I wanted to talk about the hand gesture today is, again, Jujutsu Kaisen. So you see some hand gesture from this picture. And then in Jujutsu Kaisen, there is a technique called domain expansion. Domain expansion. So by using domain expansion, a character can ensure that certain effects take place on their opponents or create a situation that is more favorable for themselves. So when they activate domain expansion, they make hand gesture. And I thought this is like Buddha's statues. The hand gesture is called mudra in Sanskrit. But Amida Buddha's statue, right hand is raised, right hand, and then left is lowered. This hand gesture is called Seishu Fushain, symbolizing Amida Buddha's unwavering acceptance and assuring that Amida will never abandon all beings. And then to use the idea of domain expansion from Jujutsu Kaisen, Amida Buddha is using the domain expansion named Seishu Fusha to grasp and never abandon beings. And the field of the working of this Amida Buddha's domain expansion is vast and boundless, as it is taught in many sutras and commentaries. So this means wherever and whenever we are always in the working of Amida Buddha. So our founder Shinran Shungin said in one of religious poems written by him, he said, "Seeing the sentient beings of the Nembutsu throughout the world, countless as particles in the 10 quarters, the Buddha grasped and never abandoned them, and therefore is named Amida." So, in our daily lives, we oftentimes act with greed, anger, and ignorance. We might tell a lie to somebody. These acts are the acts of us fall into hell. But Shinran Shungin said in notes on this poem, grasps seishu. Once grasped, one is never abandoned. Setsu means to pursue and grasp the one who seeks to run away. Setsu means to take in. Shu means to receive and embrace. So our figure of acting with the 3 poisons of greed, anger, and ignorance is just like showing our back to Amida Buddha and trying to run away. But we are in the grasp of Amida Buddha's working, even though we are turning our back to Amida Buddha. So this does not mean that we have Amida Buddha's working, so we can do whatever we want to do. But instead, by knowing that we are grasped and never to be abandoned because of our nature of possessing the afflictions, then we appreciate Amida Buddha for the working, and then self-reflect our own actions, and we recite Nembutsu with the feeling of gratefulness. So, using the Jujutsu Kaisen's idea of domain expansion, this is the contents of domain expansion of Amida Buddha. And then, I hope you have a chance to watch Jujutsu Kaisen. It is on Netflix, I think. If you are subscribed to Netflix, you can watch Jujutsu Kaisen. It's kind of creepy, but some people like it, and we like it. My family like it. So I hope you see what I wanted to say, domain expansion from the Jujutsu Kaisen. But we are always in the working of Amida Buddha, so don't worry about it. This is a thing I wanted to talk about. So I would like to conclude my talk with Gassho and Nembutsu. So please join me in Gassho. Please put your palms together. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu.